Andrew is
Andrew.
REW. I know it's different.
Yep.
But now the last name, you not spell that one?
Yeah, DEL.
What?
DELGADO.
Which I think it means Andrew the cat. I think it does mean
I
that.
can send you his contact. I have.
I know.
I think
You think it's?
Gato in some languages cat. So maybe it's a version of.
First day, I said, is it all right? Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Andy. He said, don't I go by Andy.
That's Andrew.
We're not supposed to be punchy before. Pay attention. Just all right.
Give me a few minutes. You know, we'll start. I don't want to miss anything. What?
Hey, JT.
Morning, morning.
Really, it's pink shirt day. Oh, he's JT did.
Sorry. Oh, yes. No, no.
I don't know. It didn't let me know.
Didn't let me know.
Yeah. I think we're at 9 o'clock. Oh, yeah, we are. Okay, so it is 9 o'clock. I'll call the meeting of the Codington County Board of Commissioners to order. And Commissioner Johnson, I think it's your turn to say the Pledge of Allegiance. So
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
thank you. Okay, calls for public comment. Public comment may be submitted in person or by telephone. We have a spot at the end of our agenda for public comment for items not on the agenda. Phone numbers are 605-882-6248 or 605-882-6297. And please silence your cell phones. And if you have to take a call, please step outside the room. Are there any conflict of interest items on the agenda for any of the commissioners? No, Mr. Chair. I have none. Okay, and number 4, entertaining a motion to approve today's agenda. Motion by Van Duzen. Second by Schwer. Any changes or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries. And then number 5, action to approve last week's minutes. Motion by Johnson. Is there a second? Second by Waterman. Any changes or corrections? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. That motion carries. Okay, I guess we have monthly reports, but there are no monthly reports today. So the people that we're going to report, I guess, have asked to move their time to another week. Item number 7, discussion of possible action to approve a resolution declaring an emergency disaster and asking the governor to declare an emergency disaster for Codington County. And so we have a draft resolution. Let me pull it up here so people can see it on the screen. We have copies of it for everybody.
Mr. Chairman, this is just in the event that we would meet the threshold as far as dollars go.
Yeah, and
Then I would make that a motion.
so we have a motion by Waterman.
I'll second the motion.
Second by Van Duzen. So as you can see it on the screen there. So what this is the county needs to declare a disaster in order to be eligible for financial assistance to deal with the consequences of the flood we've just gone through in Watertown and in Codington County and in some of the surrounding counties around us. So if we meet certain financial thresholds for damages, then this will help us be eligible, and also helps the state to be eligible as well.
And we don't know that we're going to hit those thresholds just yet. So we'll have to wait till this event is over.
Yeah.
It's always good
But just to be
with the
prepared, yeah,
paperwork and-
Yeah.
absolutely. City of Watertown did it last night as well.
Yeah.
So
So let's wait a second. The auditor's making copies for you guys, just so you can have it in front of you before we vote on it.
Mr. Chair.
Mhm.
While we're waiting for that, I guess I can just maybe give an
Yeah, that'd be
update on
good. Yeah.
the flood command team met yesterday morning, and we were provided an update by the National Weather Service office on the forecast for this week. It's looking like warmer temps the first half of the week and then cooling off as we get in towards the weekend. The Big Sioux River continues to recede, which is good. 10th Avenue North has now opened to traffic. That was closed for several days, barricaded closed, but this morning it is reopened, which is good news. Lake Compesca did hit the crest on Sunday afternoon. And so now the real focus turns to the ice that's out there and the ice melt coming up on shore and structural damage. So people are asked that if you're having ice that's moving towards your residence or whatever, to be mindful of the gas mains and that sort of thing. If it appears as though your gas main's going underwater or that ice could damage your gas main, you're asked to contact utilities so that they can come out and take a look at that. So, but the good news is hopefully we've dodged the big bullet on this thing, and we're going to continue to see waters recede, which is good news. No large amounts of precipitation is expected. So that's good.
So we've already just, Andrew, we already got a motion in a second. So we're just waiting to, well, the auditor made copies of the resolution for us. So we just got an update. One question on the update on, is the water rising in Pelican?
Water continues to rise in Pelican. We haven't seen the crest at Pelican yet. The levels are online if people want to look at that. But right now, we don't believe that there's any homes that are, there are some concerns with some of the lower areas as far as flooding out there. But for the most part, we're just sitting back watching Pelican rise right now. So we anticipate that it will equalize here within the next day or so. Mhm.
Yeah, we're just have a good understanding of the thresholds and how this all works out.
Yeah. Okay, so in order to. So really, I mean, what we're doing here is kind of signaling to the state, like, hey, we have enough damage, or we think that we have enough damage initially to meet our threshold, to receive funding, I guess, if there was a disaster declared for the state. The state is required to meet a threshold of $1,569,400.59. So if the state doesn't, if there's not that much damage statewide, we're not going to get any assistance from FEMA regardless.
Okay.
So assuming that the state can meet that threshold, like we would in turn have to meet a threshold of $125,763 in order for Codington County and
To include Watertown.
entities within
Yeah.
Codington County to be eligible to receive assistance.
That's just public infrastructure, correct?
Correct,
Okay.
yes. And then each of those entities would have to have a minimum of $3,800. So if a township wanted to request assistance in fixing some of the roads that flooded out, I mean, that would be their minimum. But we did call townships yesterday to make sure that they are documenting the damages to the roads and so forth, because I'm sure people are antsy to get those fixed again. And like, if they're repaired without taking pictures of the damage, then they're out of luck if we do get a disaster declared.
Mr. Chair, if I can ask Andrew a question. Andrew, can you just go through the process involved for reporting that information? Who does it go to so that the townships know exactly who they need to contact and how to get that process started?
So like I said, we did contact them yesterday and just encouraged them to take pictures and document it at this point. There's likely going to be some paperwork, just as far as damage estimates, so we can assign a dollar amount with those locations kind of plotted, so we can figure out exactly where the damage is and how much, what extent it is.
So does the township already have the paperwork that's needed, or do they report that to you then?
They don't have that yet.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, like I said, we're just, well, right now, I'm just opening that line of dialogue and I mean, most of the townships have at least some damage. There's only been a couple that have been like, no, we got out of this, you know, pretty good. So.
Commissioner Johnson did receive a text this morning from a township supervisor wondering how to report that, so. That's why I just want to make sure that the dialogue is clear on who they need to report that to.
So we're just at the beginning, so we need to meet these thresholds as a state and.
And I had a contact last night with Germantown Township as well.
Okay,
Okay, so just so people know what the resolution says, that basically this started April 10th. However, in anticipation of that, the city and the county were proactive and starting to work on, starting to meet and talk about mitigation back in March 27th. So we documented that in this resolution. So any other questions or discussions?
I would just add the resolution number will be 2023-8 when approved.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Hearing no more discussion.
I think the one thing, KT is here and I know as soon as we can get it out to the general public, just what you told us now, the sooner the better. So that these townships can get out, take pictures and just like they said, they're recording how many loads of gravel and costs and everything and where it's at, locations. Get that information gathered up, that'll really help.
yes,
Proceed, get the process rolling along really well. Just so that the townships realize what they have to do, the steps that they have to take.
absolutely. I think the townships are the ones that are probably impacted the most. I
Yeah.
mean, when you're talking about, you know, percentage of their budget, that's, you know,
Definitely.
So right now, we're just gathering the data
yes.
and then it will be reported to you later.
And I will roll that up to the state.
Okay.
And then, so the state can see if they can meet their threshold as well.
That's fine. We just
Yes.
need to have clarification for a central repository so our folks in the county know who to report to.
I appreciate that.
Okay,
And there's no minimum on the township like. They just have to report all of their damage and that's all thrown together to meet that $125,752, right? That's county.
So each township would need a minimum of $3,800 in damage.
Each township would have to have a minimum of what,
3,800.
3,800?
Yeah.
Okay.
That should be not too hard. That's your deductible. Oh, no, not quite. All right. So any more discussion? Okay, hearing none, please. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
Yeah. Keep your shoes dry. Okay, number 8, action to approve abatement applications.
Do not have any abatements.
Okay, claims for payment. I think we've got a
We
few of those.
Do have a few claims for payment that came in later after last week and to avoid any kind of finance charges. The first one would be to Bourne's Group. It is for our March postage in the amount of $5,445.88. The second one is to Reliant Bank Visa. This is for items for the sheriff and the jail in the amount of $1,498.04. And we'll do this other one separately. It's the 911 surcharge that goes to the city because Commissioner Van Dusen will pull that one out. So we'll just do those first two.
So motion by Johnson. Second by Schwer. Okay, any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, those two payments are approved.
All right.
Then we got,
And
I
then
will excuse myself.
the third one is our E911 February surcharge that will be paid to the city of Watertown in the amount of $22,961.86.
motion by Johnson,
Second.
second by Waterman. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries. Number 10, automatic budget supplements.
None today.
Personnel changes, I think we saw one of
Yes,
those.
you have one of those. And this is for John Ingles. Effective date is 4/17/2023. He is a rehire seasonal assistant weed supervisor. The new step is DD2. The new rate of pay is $22.23.
Move to approve.
Motion by Van Duzen,
I'll second it.
second by Schwer. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We'll say no. Okay, that motion carries. Action to approve travel request. I think I saw one of
Yes,
those.
yeah, we have several of those.
Oh,
A couple
okay.
came in after I sent it out. So we have an individual in the highway department going to training, cost of meals and registration. Director of Equalization staff going to a conference, also lodging expense, meals and registration. And then a couple individuals, treasurer's office staff will be attending the SDA/CO spring workshop and lodging, meals and registration expenses on both of those as well.
Move to approve.
Motion by Van Duzen,
Second.
second by Waterman. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We'll say no. Okay, that motion carries. Okay, number 13, public notices. Quorum of commissioners, see the two things listed there. We have Codington County Connects Day, and that's out at the event center. There's several things going on, so I think a number of us will be there. It's going on right now, but it's good that you're all here at this meeting, as you should be. So, but there's other activities planned for the rest of the day, so. Yeah, right now we have the poverty simulation that we're missing right now, and then at noon we have a luncheon, and then in the afternoon, a talk on brain architecture. So it's a lot about childhood, adverse childhood experiences is kind of the theme of the day, more or less. But yeah, it's also really a good showcase of how the community is coming together, not just county, but other agencies and nonprofits and charitable organizations in the area working together. And then the other thing on the listed on the agenda is the new officials workshop, which starts tomorrow in Pier. So that's we do one or two of those a year to a conference or workshop. So anything else? Okay. Is there any old business? Number 14. Any new business?
I don't know where this would qualify or where it would fall in, but was approached by a gentleman with handicap fishing. They're looking at possibly using a shelter at the park, and we're going to request something as kind of a heads up. Suggested that he come before the commission and present.
Probably good to talk to, so at Memorial Park, doing something,
Correct.
there might be some GFMP stuff, if it's a fishing related thing, I don't know. So maybe something to talk to Steve about initially.
He didn't have a lot of information. He was kind of putting it together. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of.
It'd probably be good for him to initially talk to you and Steve and then kind of come up with give us the who, what, when, where, why kind of thing.
Every year. So people at the park should be aware of it. I know.
But and we talked to them too, and they didn't feel comfortable with it, they felt it would be more of a commission item that, like the Girls and Boys Club were using the extension.
Oh, it's an event, not a, like a.
Yeah, that's what I got together.
Okay.
It was an event and they wanted to use the shelter for
Okay.
free.
Okay, yeah, just talk, Steve's a good
Or
person.
shelter or a building for free. And the state has come up and changed their fishing laws for handicap. You can now be a designated fisher person for the handicapped person.
Okay. And so it has to do with how fishing licenses and stuff. Okay. Anything else on new business? I'm not seeing any open public comments for number 16. Any other commissioner comments? You have any comments about anything?
Sioux Conifer Road is open,
Oh, good.
right? So
Yeah, that was,
That was closed for a while due to public safety and the washout,
yeah.
so it's now open, has been.
Sue Conifer.
So
yeah.
Conifer, yeah.
So I think, yeah, other, and they're removing some of the HESCO baskets. So there was one. So there was some that were in the way, yeah, okay, that's a city thing, but anyway. All right, so.
Oh. Can I make one more comment
please.
just on that, since you brought that up, Mr. Chair? The city will be announcing and we'll be putting something out in the media about sandbags and picking those up and stuff once the water recedes. So people don't have to, please don't dump them in the lake.
Or on the road.
Because there's salt and stuff in there, or on the road, yeah.
There's
so-
several of them I've seen on the road.
So we'll be making plans to organize a pickup of those, and get rid of them. So-
All right, that's
so
good,
people-
yeah. Good announcement. All right, any reason to enter into executive session, number 17? Okay, let's see none. Okay, well then, that brings us to number 18, which is action to adjourn. Motion by
Second.
Johnson, second by Waterman. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, say no. We are adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.